Hello and welcome to Season 1, Round 9, the penultimate round of the first Ion Crossbow World Championship. We're here, and I think Red Bull still lead the way in the constructors with McLaren close behind. We've got Qatar for you today, boys, and we're just starting out with qualifying. And to join me in the qualifying box, we have Trombone. Yeah, so how are you, Trombone? How are you?
I'm, I'm doing pretty good. I've just been recovering from my incident, but overall, it's been pretty good.
Do you have any predictions maybe for this race?
I just know that New Orleans is gonna finish in the top 10 position unless anything goes wrong, because he's just been doing amazing this series. I mean, last time I checked, I think there was like a 60-point lead or 59-point lead, but yeah, he's just beating all the standards.
Yeah, he is quite fast. I mean, you might see on your left, Neo is on provisional. No, you can't see it yet. He is on provisional pole, but that's his out lap, so we don't count those times yet, or we don't read them out to you. They're on their first flying laps now. You're watching Neo as he's coming through. It's quite a twisty, turny circuit. We had it in F1 earlier this week. We've got it for GT3 now. A lot of drivers have been complaining in F1, but in GT3, apart from a few corner cutting issues, we've had no complaints. It's been very nice, been quite spoiled. But it's got a lot of elevation change. It's a very, very tight and twisty circuit. On the levels of Hungary, I think, but I may be wrong. But yeah, it's an intense circuit. It's quite a long lap time because you've got a 1 minute 51 is some of the fastest times in practice, so it's a very long lap time.
And I'm just correcting on my statement I made earlier about a 60-point lead. I was thinking of Wolf Landry, who's actually not even racing anymore. So, a correction to that. I believe it was 70 points between uh, Niorna and Andri.
As the first few valid times have been set, Cowpox with a 152.4. Let's see what's happening now. Andre in that Red Bull with a 152.8. I wonder where he'll be going soon next season. B guys with a 155.8. These guys, these times they're going to be aiming for 151, so that is quite slow in comparison to what they were setting in practice. We'll have to see. Only 18 drivers out there today. You're watching Sky currently. He's coming through the hairpin. It's nice. A few of these hairpins have corners instantly after them to open them back up. It's sort of chicane style corners in a way. But you can see him there. He's going fast. Currently, he's got where is Sky? He's got a green and a yellow sector. 90 year goes P2 with a 152.6. Elm in that Pro Drive goes P4.
Another close battle we should be watching is in the constructors, because it looks like McLaren and Alvina Racing, I believe. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they're pretty close. Like, there's only a 5-point gap between both of them, so this race could switch up those standings a little bit.
So if you hear me go quiet, we've been having a bit of an issue with a few of the drivers, so I'm trying to fix something right now. So just
And it looks like Ben does a very exceptional lap right there. I believe he was in P13. He just went up to P3. All green sectors.
Yeah, if also looking at the constructors, just a yeah, sorry, I am going to pull up the most recent XBOW constructors. Actually, no, I'm not, because there's an even more recent one in staff chat somewhere.
Niorna with a purple sector 1, but it looks like in sector 2 came out to be yellow. So
Yeah,
no
so
safety
talking
improved at
about
all.
talking about the constructors, down in the lower field we have P7 to P11 separated by only 14 points. So leading that is Kota Racing, and in P11 is Apollo. Quite a close season so far. Seeing what will happen, I think Kota Racing, well, okay, Kota Racing are aiming for 100 points this season, so let's see if they're able to do that. But there has been, especially in the second half of this championship, there's been a big step up from all of the teams. We've gone from the bottom few only having a handful of points to most having over 60. It's been insane. Neo has just set the fastest time. Good old Neo on pole. But we'll have to see. Again, no one has got a 151 yet. It was possible.
Here we are watching Mr. Cowpox. Does not look like he improved on that lap as it was all yellow sectors.
Could just be an outlap though. Not sure. The top 6 are only separated by 1 second. Well, not even that. A couple of tenths, really. Yep, as Mr. Cowpox is improving on the first sector in this lap, but he is yellow in the second sector. He's coming towards the final turn now.
So only 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. Here's our lineup right now. Looks like Niorna is still on provisional pole right now. Mr. Cowpox in P2 and 90 year in P3. There's still a little bit of time left to do one last lap, so we'll see what happens with those.
Sorry about the lack of commentary. There hasn't exactly, well, there never is really anything to commentate during qualifying. Yeah. I'll talk to you about GT3, but kind of a bad race for us, so I don't really want to. New Peter, what have you done today? Have you had a nice day?
New beater?
Not New Beta, sorry, Trombone. You and New Beta are the same people to me.
Oh, well, I haven't really done much today.
Oh, that's depressing.
And it looks like qualifying is finished. Niorna finished. Mr. Cowpox still on the track. Does not look like he will improve at the moment, but anything can happen. Oh, and it looks like Mr. Cowpox's lap is ruined as he runs into a wall. Not sure what that was, but looks like he will stay in that P2 position unless anyone below him can overtake him. Mad Gamer now finishing up his last lap. It looks like looks like David O'King is coming back into the pits. But yeah, I believe that's everyone off the track. So our poster for today is Niorna once again. Mr. Cowbox in P2. race directors have got the laps, so it's going to be an 8-lap sprint and a 16-lap feature.
As Faster is trying to fix one of the Qatar racing cars, but it's not working. Because we've been trying to fix it all weekend, Faster. I really hope you're listening to the stream. We warned you. We did say. We said in staff chat, we said in B Guys' DMs, we said in Clarkera's DMs, we said in suggestions, and we got ignored. Trombone, can you check media chat, please? Quite a few new drivers on the grid. We've got Z2 in Syrex. We've got the pilot in Kota Racing. I haven't seen Davi or GJ before either. Or not in the Syrex. So they're trying to fix that car. They're not able to.
Looks like Takar is... I'm not sure what he's doing. So, apologies for the technical difficulties. It looks like the race start will be delayed a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to communicate with Faster that we have got 2 cars on the grid at the moment. There shouldn't be a need for this, but we're waiting. We wait. Yes, I believe we're about to get underway. Apologies for this.
So Fast is now telling all personnel to get off the grid. Hopefully, this means the race will start very shortly.
This does mean the race should be starting soon, so we will see where everyone ends up. Personnel should be getting off the grid. As I said, Neo lines up on pole, Cal in P2 with 90 year close behind. The Red Bull pair are in P4 and 5. So let's see what this top 5 looks like at the end of lap 1. The red lights are on. This signifies that we have not started yet, but they should be turning off soon and we should be jumping in and out. People that are unaware, to get the leaderboard to work, the drivers have to jump in and out of their cars. We're just waiting for Faster to call that now, and once he does, we will be underway. Or, you know, Faster could wait 5 years. I could get really tired while I wait. You know, I've got school in the morning, but, you know, school, what's that? And you know, we could wait. We could wait. Oh, here we go. Here's something. Life. The laps are being set. We've got an 8-lap sprint race, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's see what's happening. Can we jump in and out? Yes, we can. Here we go. For the penultimate lap of the XBOW racing series, we have our first lap, we have our third, and we have our fifth. Out they go, and who leads the way? It looks like it's Neo. They have a bit of a tentative start there, but it does look like Neo is in the lead. Cal stays in P2. 90 Year seems to stay in P3, but 90 Year is trying to gain back up. Cal and 90 Year and Neo are fighting for that lead. They're coming towards turn 1. Who will come out ahead? Neo's dropped back to the behind the third of them. Also, there's a pro drive involved with that, as someone nearly flips there. It's Key Ginger in the back, I think it was. Almost flipping. That is not good for him. Cal Hogs is now dropping all the way back to what looks to be P4 as they come towards Sector 1. The other Qatar Racing of the pilot has gained all the way up into what looks like P7. They're coming down towards the Sector 1 barrier. Who will lead? Who will lose? Let's see. It looks to be Neo. It is Neo with 90 Year in P2, Andrew in P3. Mr. Cowpox tied for P4 with Elm.
That's a lot of drivers that went wide on that turn. It looks like there's like a 6th place battle right now.
There is quite a big battle for the lead, or for P2. Neo is starting to make a bit of a gap into P1 for himself. There seems to be 3 sort of groups here. Neo, the group battling for P2, and the group battling for the lower points paying positions. Neo is leading the way. It looks like 90 Year is still in P2. Yes, he is. Elm is close behind. Ben 1 in P4 and Andrew in P5. Cal's dropped back all the way to P5. But in the space or the exit of that corner, he's now leading that battle. He's in P2.
Looks like 90 Year Earth now catching up to New York. And right as I say that, looks like New York pulls away.
Neo's gap does look like it's disappearing. 90 Year and Cal have dropped all the way back after going slightly wide there. They're now down in P6 at 5 and 6. Collisions will be on next lap, but they've got another lap of non-collide racing to try and make their positions. The other Qatar Racing is down in P11. Sky is in P10. He's finally in a points playing position, but will he stay there? We'll have to find out. The Pro Drive and the Red Bulls look like they're battling out for the final points positions here. Podium places here. Neo is still leading the way. 6/10 behind is Elm in that Pro Drive.
Yeah, I'm sure once collisions are gonna be turned on, it's gonna be a very exciting race from there.
We will have to see. At the end of the day, the gaps are forming already. This is quite a contested sprint race, though, for P2. Neo has almost a second gap, though, for this lead, as the pro drive of Key Ginger goes very wide out of there. 90 now battling with that Red Bull, that pro drive of Elm battling with Ben 1 for Andre for P2. Cowpox is only in P6 after leading the way of the Hungary sprint race. He is now down in P6. He is slower than a Kota racing driver who he's ever so famous for saying that he's better than. Seems like you're not better than them today, Cal. Andre is now trying to defend from Elm. It's only half a second gap between the two. In fact, no, Elm's dropped back behind Ben 1.
Niorda with 2 purple sectors.
Collisions will now be turning on this lap. They'll have about a few seconds before they're turned on, but that pack at the back there better sort themselves out, otherwise they will be having a lot of issues back there. Neo leads the way. It's 2 seconds back is Andre. What is going to happen here? When will collisions turn on? Collisions, yo, hello? Spice things up? Yes, yes, hello? Well, seems like we're not getting collisions for a little bit. Andre is 2 seconds behind, but he is trying to defend from Elm. Collisions will be on in 5 seconds. They're turning on, sorry. They are turning on, and they are now on. What is going to happen here? Cal is trying to make the move on 90 year. There is collision. He's trying to go around the outside. He hits the back of the Kota Racing. He almost spins him as the pro drive spins, and 90 year gets stopped in his tracks by the Rockstar.
Elm went a little wide there. And
bit spun. What
was that
happened
Elm?
there? He's now behind his teammate. He's all the way down in P11. What? How unfortunate for him. That's not good. Mr. Cal, the real gainer out of that, he's from P6 to P4. But that's not what he would have wanted to be doing if you are 90 year.
Yeah, it looked like 90 got stuck on the outside of that turn right there, where the I'm not sure what to call it, but it's pretty easy to get stuck there.
How did his teammate?
Oh, it looks like 90 got hit by someone.
They're now down in P12 and 13. I'll be wanting to try and make these moves and get back up. In fact, 90 year is challenging the Mad Gamer for TLO. He's already made that move? I think he's already made that move. No, he's at the back of that pack now. He'll want to try and get back into those point paying positions before the feature race. He needs to be up there and fighting for it, as I think the teammates have made another position swap. Yeah, they have. 90 years dropped back even more. But anyway, let's focus on the battle up here. Andre and Ben 1 seem to be fighting for P2. They are trying to keep those gaps consistent, and JP Gamer will not be wanting them to make the moves. It's about a second improvement, but Andre, if he's feeling like it, may do some iffy things, while Ben 1, he might try and dive it up the inside. What do you think, Trombone?
Yeah, Andre, yeah, I mean, that battle, but I mean, it looks like he's pulled away from Ben 1 now, but I mean, Ben can still catch him like very quickly.
I mean, you say that, but I think he's gained through these these couple of corners, but we'll have to see. They're coming towards Sector 2 now. What will the gap be? The gap is just 8 tenths. 8 tenths of a second. And Ben 1 is definitely in the slipstream. We'll have to see. The final corner, the final hairpin of this circuit. What will happen? I assume they'll try and keep in the same gaps, but if Ben wants faster, doesn't it make sense to get Andre to let him by? Maybe to challenge Neo. Andre's still in that P2 position. Ben now 1.2 seconds behind. These two are keeping their gap fairly consistent.
Looks like 90 years of race has gone horrible. Like, well, a sprint race has gone horrible so far. He was like up there in the top 5, I believe, and then now he's in P13.
Yeah, please don't remind me of the pain trombone. Yeah, 90 year and the pilot, his teammate, are trying to overtake the Hoshi of the Mad, but they're not able to get past him, which isn't good for them. The Mad's teammate up in P5, yeah, Hoshi's doing amazing. Of course, they're in P3 in the constructors due to their Aluva and Wolf's team back when he was dominating. But now, you know, one of them's in P11, but the other one is in P5, so I guess that's some kind of positive. But we'll have to see what they can do in the future. That's when the big points are awarded. I think 90 year has made a move on his teammate. Yes, he has. He's now in P12. Let's see if he can now get past the Mad. We haven't got a leaderboard up today. I don't know if that's just me watching on D-Pod's very convenient camera that he gives us, but I can't see a leaderboard on the left. So, Neo's in the lead, Ben1's in P2, Andre's in P3, Cal's in P4, and Elm is in P5. That's your top 5 at the moment. But I think the top 10 may change in a bit, because it looks like Botty's going for the move on a 9T7, and 90 year looks like he's going for the move on the Mad Gamer. Also, if you hear me call the Mad Gamer Delta, that's his Discord name, so that's the same person, just so everyone's aware. As 90 year is trying to make that move stick, not working. Trombone, do you think a collision could happen between these few drivers at the moment?
I think it's definitely a huge possibility. I mean,
yeah, the Mad spins. I think he hit onto the back of Botty there. Oh my! I don't know if we'll be able to maybe get a replay of that to see what actually happened.
Well, I guess my prediction was right.
Yeah, he hits onto the back of. I think it was Botty, just spun. Oh, okay. D-Pod has enlightened me that I get roadblocks only. Multi-view has the graphics. So apologies for anything I miss because I don't have any graphics. As 90 year and Pilot's made the move on Botty. Botty's made a bit of a mistake. He's now down in P11. The Qatar Racing pair are just swallowing up these guys, as they're now as 90 year is about to make the move on the 97 of GJ. Now, I don't know about you, Noob. I would never advise my team to do this, but do you think, due to his teammate being right behind, 90 year could do some of the funny business and maybe try and take out the 90Z so his teammate also gets a free position? Do you think that's a possibility?
I mean, it always is, but someone spun on the main straight. I'm not sure who that. Oh, it looks like it was the real Body Boy. Yeah, the real Body Boy is now dropped back all the way to P15 because of that.
Not good for him. He's not been having a great feature race. That Qatar Racing is trying to make that move. It's close. Is he going to make a bit of a mistake here? Maybe running to the back. It looks like they're going side by side. They're coming towards the fast double, the left double right. Who's going to get a faster line through here? 90 is trying to back off a tiny bit so we can try and go round it. But we are so close as 90 years spins. He did momentarily make it up to P9, but he collided with that 97. Now the Mad Gamer is past him. Oh, that's atrocious for him. It looked ever so promising for him, but he's now down in P11. I think we're getting a bit of a replay here. Hold on.
Yeah, 90 is definitely not how to win race, I believe. He's spun, man. Like, yeah, he's spun like 2 or 3 times now, it feels like.
He's trying to make the move on the Mad Gamer now. He's going around the outside. He's got moved up, but that only promotes him up into P11. He's going to hope that his teammate and that 90Z collide so he can fight for P10. Otherwise, that'll be his race done. He'll be down in P11. You're watching Cowpox now. He's trying to make the move on Benoit. I just realised Andrea dropped back all the way to P7. But you're watching Mr. Cowbox. He's trying to make the move on Benoit to get into P2. As he goes wide, he misses. Oh, he's had a big issue there. Of course, if you didn't know, this track has quite a big change from the foreground to the actual track. So if you go off track, you're likely to not be able to get back onto track, which is a bit of an issue if you would like to have a decent racing line.
It looks like Jordan is going to add another win to his records.
That's a good point. He's coming home. He's about to win the race. It's been such an exciting sprint race. I haven't realised it's almost over.
Here he is on the main straight, entering the DRS zone, but obviously there's no DRS in XBOW. And he crosses the line to add another sprint race win to his records, or books. What's the word? I don't know. He does a little victory spin at the end.
Ben1 looks like he's going to take P2 with Cow in P3. As, yes, he does.
And it looks like B-Guys is overtaken by, oh no, that's a back marker. But it looks like B-Guys is coming home with a promising finish. You know, the rest of our...
No, that's not a back marker. B-Guys spun.
That was definitely not a back marker, but...
So he's coming home in PA. Oh, wow. And the pilot and 90, they round off your top 10. A disappointing race for them. But sometimes it happens.
Sorry about that. But there you have it. That is your sprint race. We'll now be moving on to the 16-lap feature race with a reverse grid. So Niora will be starting in P10, Ben1 will be starting in P9, Mr. Cowpox will be starting in P8, and Alim will be starting in P7.
Apologies. Joins of owning an Ion Racing team, the series you commentate for. Now getting underway after that very exciting sprint race.
Well, it looks like the drivers are now lining up on the grid. So hopefully, this will start sooner than the last race.
Hopefully so, but we haven't got a car that needs fixing this time. So I am going to quickly get a drink of water. I will be back as quickly as I can. We're just waiting. Faster's doing his faster things, you know?
Now all personnel are being asked to get on.
They will hopefully reset the leaderboard and then we'll get underway. Well, it seems a few people aren't on the grid yet.
So it looks like Big Boy actually has a good chance. And if he can do that, there's a good chance he could really move up the standings. So once again, it is Big Boy in P1. Looks like Key Ginger in P2.
That's not right.
Oh. Oh, it's messed up.
Yeah, we haven't even started the race yet. I wouldn't listen to that graphic. But we will have 90
Now
year
being told that-
leading the way. Professor in P2. The Apollo of B guys and Sky of STS and that Luxor, and then rounding off your top 5 will be Andre. They've been
We're now
told,
being told to watch the
oh,
lights.
watch the lights. Here we go. With the first 3 lights on, the first 5 lights on. How long will they be held? Not long as the lights go out. Who gets a good getaway? It looks like 90 Year has, with his teammate close behind. B guys remaining in P3 across the line, but Andre has shot a past Sky, past coming through the line as both of the Coastal Racings have dropped back, and the Apollo of B guys is once again leading the way. 90 Year has dropped all the way back to the back of the pack. His teammate has dropped behind the ProDrive now. The Apollo of Biga is trying to get in the slipstream. His Professor in P3, Andre, has also dropped all the way back. What happened with those two? Was there a bit of a lights issue, I wonder? Hopefully not. 90 Year is on the sauce, though. He should be able to climb back up. We'll have to see where he is as they come through towards the Sector 1 board. I think he's about P10, but he may be a bit lower. We'll have to see. He is in P10. Elm leads the way. B guy's close behind. The Professor in P3. Where is Neo? Neo's in P8. 90 Year is now climbing his way back up. We'll have to see where he is. His teammates dropped back quite a bit. Elm is leading the way. Sky of the STS is in P4. I think Cal and 90 Year are battling for P3 right now. Yes, they are. Looks like 90 Year's got into P3. Looks like he's got into P2.
It's always good to see other people.
Everyone going a bit wide out of that hairpin there. Where is Neo? Neo's still in P5. He's not stricken away into the lead, but that is usual for him. He takes his time climbing up the order like a lazy old man, experienced as he is. Have to see as they come across the line who is where. Elm still leads the way. 90 Year goes wide again with Cal, mate, and a ProDrive. It looks like 90 Year is in P2, the McLaren in P3 of Neo, and Robloxian in P5, tied with Sky of the SCS. That's your top 5 at the moment. Elm is leading the way. 1.2 seconds behind him is 90 Year, but he looks like he's gaining up. We'll have to see. Where is everyone?
It looks like 90 Year is definitely having way better luck in this race compared to that sprint race that we just had. Currently P2 with a purple sector. Niora with a purple sector 1. He's caught up to the pack pretty quickly. He was P8 from last time I remember, and he's all the way up to P3 in only 1 lap.
90 Year wants to get his maiden podium. He's had the opportunity at all races he's been in, at Britain, at Hungary, and at Canada, but he has dodged it each time. So he wants to try and get that position.
Yeah, and once again, it's just great seeing other drivers being in, like, the top 5 position. Especially Elim. Elim is doing a very good job right now. Currently with the fastest lap and leading the race.
Because one of the GG3 seems to be getting lapped already.
Seems like B-Guys is not having as great as luck as he thought he would in this race. Currently in P9. And he's still trying to... Looks like he's bad. Yeah, it looks like he's battling Ben 1 right now. Usually Ben 1's in a higher position, but it looks like he just passed Ben and B-Guys in this one.
We have our first Logi. I think that's an unscheduled pit stop. He may be coming in to retire as he's been... They are catching on Elm. It's not by much. 90 Year has now got the fastest lap. He's a bit faster than Neo in this stage of the race. Elm in P1 is being closed down. It's only 6/10 now. Now it's 7. He's gone wide through there. So has 90 Year. Neo hasn't, but he hasn't been able to get past yet. Elm is going to try and stay in front for his life. He's got to try and get that Pro Drive, their first win. But I don't think it's going to happen because the Qatar Racing and the McLaren are clawing down on the Pro Drive. And the move has been made. Not much emphasis on it. It was happened quite surprisingly. But 90 Year is now past. Now will Elm hold up Neo at all? Try and get in the front of him during his braking zones. Try and confuse him a bit. Doesn't look like it. I think he's also got past. We'll have to see as they come across the line. The Elm's got back past 90 Year as he goes wide, and so has the McLaren. But the leaderboard doesn't say it. It says Elm's in the lead, 0.4 behind is 90 Year, and Neo is in 0.43 behind. So they're very close at the moment. Who is where? Striving away from Sky in P4, who's battling with Cowpox at the moment.
Looks like I'm having mic trouble.
You are having a little bit of mic trouble.
Oh.
Tier is dropping back from the battle a bit now. Neo and Elm are still battling for the lead though. It's just a tenth between the two. Who will come out ahead as they come through towards Sector 2? It's still Elm by 1.3 seconds. Sorry, by 0.13 seconds. But it seems like, please ignore any funny noises. That is just Trombone trying to sort out his mic. It seems like Neo is now in the lead. 90 Year is going to try and challenging Elm for P2 so he can try and battle Neo again. But I think at the moment, if he wants to battle Neo again, it's going to have to be him getting a good strategy. As Elm goes wide, stays just ahead of 90 Year. What's going to happen here? 90 Year is only just 3/10 behind Elm, and he wants to get past quickly. Now will 90 Year be able to gain back on Neo? 90 Year is very wide through there. Neo does as well though. Elm trying to fight with 90 Year. Just see in the background there's Sky in that.
90 Year looks like it went off the track right there.
I think he did, but the gap has reduced, I think. Let's see, has it? Yes, it has. There's only 4/10 now. These three are really battling for this position. It seems like we're going to have an interesting battle towards the end of the race as well. But who's going to blink first when it comes to pit stops? Something of note, Mr. Cowpox is all the way down in P5. He's usually battling with Neo, but today he's not having such a good day. Year getting back into P2. I'm not even gonna. This battle between, especially on Year, is very intense at the moment. As Neo set to fastest Sector 1, 90 Year goes a little bit wide. They go through the hairpin. Now, what's going to happen? Who's going to do what? 90 Year retains. They both stay on the track. Elm trying to get back past 90 Year. Has the gap reduced once again? No, it hasn't. It seems like Neo has retained more of a gap this time.
How is B-Guys in P12? I thought it started in like P. I don't know.
Yeah, he did, but it seems he no longer is there.
Still a top 3 battle between Yorna, 90 and Helen. Very close. Looks like Yorna's actually having a challenge this race.
He is. Quite a surprise. Now, who is going to blink first for the pit stops between these three? You really want to try? I think one of them is going to try the undercut here. It's going to be smarter. It seems like Elm's slightly dropping out of it. But, we'll have to see. Yeah, Elm is now 1.4 behind. 90 Years only 0.3 tenths. So 90 Year does come into the pit lane.
So we're halfway through this race now. Looks like that.
90 Year changes onto Hearts. Teammate comes in. What does his teammate change onto? He changed onto the softs. That's an interesting strategy call from 90 Year. I would have expected him to go onto. Well, he should have gone onto the softs, but you'll have to see. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake from him. Just have to see what happens. At the end of the day, he's still going to have fresher tires than the guys in front. And 8-lap softs, they are worse than 1 lap or 0 lap old mediums, so let's just see what happens. Neo now coming into the pit lane. Where will he come out? So is Elm. What tires are they going on to? I'd expect them to go onto the softs. Niantic coming towards the line now. Seems like Niantic had a bit of a bad pit stop because he is only just going to catch Neo and he is on hard tires. So that's not really good for him. He's got to hope that Neo's softs end up dying off in the final 8 laps of this race. I don't think they will. I think this is a bad strategy call from the Qatar Racing team, but what do I know? Let's just see what happens. Elm's lost a lot of time. He's now over 7 seconds behind. Behind 90 year. So I don't know. Didn't think it's not good for him. Offs are able to gain him that time, but we'll have to see. As Neo and 90 are gaining a lot of time on the cars in front. So we go on to lap 10. This Cowbox and Key Ginger do pit, but it looks like Andre does not. Is Cal going to come out? Still waiting. He's still waiting, and he's still waiting. He's coming out now, so he is going to be behind Neo and 90 year. The people he's usually fighting on a regular basis, but not today. Elm sets a purple sector 1, but he is 9 seconds behind 90 year. Will 90 year still be able to win this race after pitting onto the hards? Tires will wear less, but he's gonna be on the slower tire for quite a while. He's got to try and stick with Neo while on the slower tire for quite a while. And as you can see already, Neo's gained 2 seconds on 90 year. Will Elm gain any time? Yes, he will. He's gained a second. It's now only 8 seconds between the two.
Yeah, it looks like Olim and Ben are still fighting. It looks like Olim's getting the upper hand right now with that purple sector 1. But Ben's not too far behind. It looks like only like half a second.
I'm fairly sure Ben has to make a pit stop as well. He's one of the few people that started that race on the hard tires. Cowbox, who has pit, is 23 seconds behind the leader. As Andre now pits, so we will start seeing the true gaps. What they are, Neo will take the lead, and 90 year will take P2. It's 2.4 between them. Where's Elm? Elm is 10 behind. He's 8 behind 90 year.
Only 6 laps left now. New Hornet P1 with the fastest lap. 90 are falling behind by 3 seconds. and Andrew in P3, 10 seconds behind the leader.
Ben 1 still needs to pit. He's 15 seconds behind the leader. He's yet to make a pit stop, but we will have to see when he pits. As 9TZ of Davy is getting lapped. Not a good day for him and Logi. He's now disconnected from the race. I think he may have, let's say, politely rage quitted. But he was not having a good time, so that's no surprise, to be honest. Four laps to go now. What are the gaps looking like? Bit of a lag spike. Elm sets a purple sector 1, but he's only gained a few tenths on 90 year. 90 year's hards are lasting now. Now will 90 year start being able to make inroads on Neo, because he's keeping the gap the same now. Elm loses a tenth to 90 year as 90 year loses a tenth to Neo. This battle is all going to be about these tenths and when you're gaining them. Because, to be honest, if Neo's and Elm's tyres start wearing off, 90 year is on those hards. He's going to try and pounce back on them. Looking down the order, there's a bit of a battle going on at the moment between Sky, and Kijinja, just 2 seconds between them. It was a bit less earlier, but now it's quite a bit, so never mind. But they were battling earlier, for what it's worth. Coming through Sector 2, it's 3.2 once again, and 10.3 for Elm. These gaps are staying consistent through Sector 2, and we'll have to see what it is across the line. It's 3.3 for 90.
Sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
90 wants to win this race. He's gonna really have to up his pace with his next 4 laps.
But we'll have to see, because remember, 90 is on the hard tyres. He's keeping the gap to Neo, who's on the softs consistent. But if those softs start dying off, he's going to lose a lot of pace. Whereas 90 who's keeping a consistent 3.3 gap, is going to start rapidly gaining on him. But if he can bring those softs to the end, that's an easy win for him. So we'll have to see. Because at the end of the day, anything can happen still. The gap is getting bigger again. It's 3.8 now. .90 goes a bit wide out there. Either way, this is 90's best result in crossbow. But I'm sure he'll want that win. Of course, the ex-Ion GT3 driver, he's making quite a few mistakes. Oh god, he's gone very wide there. Whoopsie. But he's retained his position. That's going to lose him a ton of time, though. Is it going to bring him into Elm's grasps? No, it's not. Elm is still miles behind. But it's going to make the gap massive. It's now 7.3 seconds. He's going to have to hope for Neo to flip, spin or disconnect if he wants to win the race now. It's a 4-second gap between him and Elm. He doesn't want to invite Elm to try and attack him. But Elm will have to gain a second a lap if he wants to make the position. So we'll have to see what happens here. Neo's going to come across the line soon to start the 14th lap. And you will have 3 laps to go. Something happened to Elm. Andre's now in P3. I don't know what happened there, but there's a 2-second gap between Elm and Andre is in P3. So that gives the Red Bull a shot at a podium, and the Pro Drive, well, I don't know what happened to him, but it means his shot at a podium is now gone as Ben 1 sets a purple Sector 1. Neo is coming towards to start the penultimate lap. What is happening here? Neo coming across the line to start the penultimate lap. This race once again is flown by, quite an interesting one, especially in the early stages with that battle for the lead. But there's a
Sorry about that, I'm back now.
There's a bit of a battle going on for the final podium places. Not podium, sorry, points paying places between the Cyrex of Z2 and the Coach Racing of the Professor. Currently very close, these two.
It's very I don't know. Well, I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's very confusing with multiple teams with the same colors. For example, like McLaren and I believe it was Rockstar. What?
Yeah, well, McLaren are meant to be orange and Rockstar are meant to be yellow, but Roblox's colour schemes don't seem to want to work.
Yeah.
Ben 1 couldn't make anything of his purple Sector 1. Bick sets a green Sector 1. Neo is cruising out ahead right now. Nothing particularly interesting for him, sadly. I'm fairly sure he's getting a bit bored. Maybe he should spin. Add some interesting stuff into it. He's coming through Sector 2 now. He will be starting the final lap. He has cruised for victory today. It would be so, apart from the first few laps, it would be quite cruel for him to lose that now. But well, we will have to see. You can't say what happens until the flag drops. He's coming across the line. He's starting the final lap. 90 coming to the line as well. Will Neo be fine? Neo coming through the first sector, so has 90, both 9.4 behind, 9.7, sorry. The battle for P10 is still raging on. It's about a second between them. I think it's settled now. I think Z2 and that Cyrex has got into P10. Neo is still leading the way, 9.7 seconds. Neo coming through the final corner now. He's been uncontested since his pit stop. He will come home in P1. He's coming up to the line, providing he doesn't die in between this and the line. He will come home. He will win the Crossbow Championship as well, I'm fairly sure. And 90 his first podium in Ion. He comes home to take P2 for the Qatar Racing team. Andre surprising us all, Elm close behind him, coming home in P3. We all thought it would be Elm in P3, but no, it's not. Elm comes home in P4, and Bick rounds off your top 5.
Here's Mr. Cowpox in the Rockstar, crossing for P6. Key not too far behind, only 5 seconds behind. Now he's crossed the line. Ben 1, who is a little bit far behind from both of those drivers right there, coming home in the Red Bull. And these results from this race could mix up the constructor standings. I know Red Bull is pretty high, but I mean, the only Red Bull we've seen is a P3. Oh, and P9.
Neo instantly leaves the race. I hope he'll be coming back for the podium celebrations, but
Nico. Daisy's eating a bottle. Oh. Sorry about that one. Mike saw me, dude. My dog's eating plastic. So that should be the Qatar Grand Prix right there. Very exciting race in my opinion. Lots of battles.
yeah, quite a nice race.
Seems like 90er had way better luck this race than that sprint race. That sprint race was awful to watch. Well, I mean, not the race was awful. It was just for 90er spitting all those times.
Parking his car in the park permit now. He's a bit confused by it, but he's very happy. He's jumping about. He's going up to the podium. Even though it isn't a win for him, he's celebrating like it is. His first podium in Crossbow. As I said, Neo and Andre have had podiums before. As everyone's collecting outside of the podium now. In P3, we will be having Andre. In P2, for the first time ever on an Ion podium, will be 90-year. And your winner today, your championship leader and winner, will be Neo. Yay, with Constructors McLaren. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. So we see these guys jump about. Thank you for whoever just subscribed. Welcome to the team. And I'd like to thank all of our members for just 99p a month. That graphic is very much outdated. I am not a member anymore, but you know, for just 99p a month, you can support me, Trombone, Default, and other media members, and you get access to wallpapers and a lot of other fancy, smancy sneak peeks and benefits. So why not?
Yep.
Pen?
Once again, thank you to our members, and yeah, we hope you enjoyed our coverage of the Qatar Grand Prix.
See you next week for IEC, FE, and I8. Bye bye.